lot clearer. Ooh, it's a bit frightening, that. It's very hot. I'll tell you why it looks clearer in a minute.
Melted.
Yeah, exactly. It does. It looks a lot clearer than the old one did. I've got a new phone. I'll tell you the story about that in a moment. So welcome back to Brew at 2. It's absolutely boiling here at Rabbit Towers. I've just got my temperature clock out and it's measuring 35 degrees, which I think is absolutely outside acceptable working conditions. I think it's far too hot. I've got all the windows open, so there's a nice cross draft blowing through. But unfortunately they weren't open until lunchtime, so the heat's had a chance to build up. It's very hot. It's very hot. The Brew at 2 Facebook group thing keeps falling off the wall. The heat keeps kind of killing the blue tack and it drops off. Here comes T-Boy in training with a fan for me, my #1 fan. He's not being well, have you, Kevin?
I'm not being well.
He's not being well.
Don't ask me to speak.
Yeah, he's got...
I sound a bit funny.
Yeah, he's got a sinus thing and a bad throat. But I did...
what I'm waving.
But I did tell him not to go out doing things, and he just ignored me, as men do.
Don't. I took your advice. Decided not to.
So let's see who we've got. We've got Ian Craven, we've got Gren Vanson. Thank you ever so much to Stephen Gately for the $1.99 super chat. Claire Healy says, hello everyone, now I'm glad it's back on again. Lorna Burgess, hold on a minute, I've jumped. We've got Marcus, I always want to call you Marcus, don't I? Marius. We've got Lady Helen, we've got Fiona Crockett, we've got lots of people. Jerry Graham, I think Jerry's a new one. We've got Chris is with us. We've got Eric, so we've got team Eric, Chris. Pauline, yes, Pauline Green got a bit of a surprise yesterday morning. We've been out beach cleaning and I was walking along the promenade to the venue for my coffee, and she came walking towards me and I thought, Penny's going to drop in a second, and she went. Who else have we got? Liz Auger, we've got Kat Gregory's with us, we've got Diane Roscoe, we've got Deborah Webster, Dazza 1972, Joanne Bates here, feeling rather chilled today, I would imagine. Are you not, Joanne? Dawn Morris, have I said that once? Hannah Doyle, watching, Hannah and baby Cora watching in Selby. Yes, I met these two lovely people from Selby when they were on their jollies a couple of weeks ago. So I think I've said everybody. Douglas Bell, I think I've said everybody. If I've missed anybody out, it wasn't deliberate and I'm ever so sorry. I'll apologise now. Bruce has got 29 degrees in his room at work and he says he's a greasy spot. Well, we're managing 35 in here, Bruce, so we're a full 6 degrees hotter than you. Full 6 degrees. Carol came to Cleveland's last Saturday and had a meal in the venue and spotted lots of T-Boy's pictures. T-Boy's suffering because it's too hot for him. We've got Andrew Hunt in Wigan. Sue Whittle says, get well soon, Kevin. I'm sorry, Matt Carter, I missed him out. Well, there you go, you see. So I've got lots to tell you because obviously we missed 3 full weeks, didn't we? We missed 3 full weeks. So we've got new bats, we've got messages, we've got Gladys, we've got the food review, we've got what's been happening, and lots of chat. I've got a very funny joke for you. Might need a little bit of censoring at the end because there's a swear word in it, and we don't use swear words online, do we? No, we don't. But it right tickled me. I thought it was really funny. So we've got Roger watching in Sale. Are you on sale today, Roger? Are you on sale? Are you going cheap? Cheap? Aldo's just joined us, so we've got all the family in the house. We're all here. So we've only been on air 5 minutes and I've already nearly drunk a full glass of water. I think I might be selling tea boy and training down for a refill. It's so hot. So hot. So let's start with bats, shall we? Let's start with bats because we have a new bat to welcome to our battery today, which is Linda Nagel's niece. And Linda Nagel's niece is called Debs. I'm not quite sure where she lives. Because we sent the mug straight to Debs, and I've not actually got it on the note that I've got here. But welcome to Debs. So welcome to Debs. Round of applause for Debs for joining us. We will put you on the map in a moment. And we've got a welcome as well for her birthday, which was on the 8th of June. So that was just the other day. That was last Thursday. So I've got Debs ready. So you'll have to let me know, Linda, where she lives, and if she's in a gap, we shall stick her a pin in the map. We'll stick her a pin in the map. So we'll put Debs there, shall we? Let's get a pin. Lindsay's just asked whether or not, Lindsay lives in Sheffield, and she just asked whether or not we got any thunder and lightning in Blackpool. Yes, we did, Lindsay, which was rather annoying because I love, there you go, Debs. Debs, Linda's niece, is just there. It's rather annoying because I love thunder and lightning. I love watching it. And I was so tired. I am at the moment. I am so tired. Every time I sit down, I could fall to sleep. I'm just absolutely shattered. Shattered I am. Which is why I've not been chasing about making millions of videos one after another, because experience tells me that if I don't take my foot off the pedal, everything will come to a stop. I will be ill like T-Boy in training. So I sat there watching. We got the telly off. I don't know where Kevin was. I think he'd gone out weeding or something. We got the telly off. We were sitting in the silence, me and T-Boy, watching these great big black clouds coming in over the sea. And I said, it's going to come. It's going to come. There's going to be some thunder and lightning. Got to about 8:30. Couldn't keep my eyes open. So I said, right, that's it. I've come to the verdict that's it. There's not going to be any thunder and lightning. So I went to bed. I bet I hadn't been in bed 10 minutes. And what did it start doing? Lightning, left, right and centre. I ask you. It's not good enough, is it? It's really unkind not doing it at a reasonable time of day. Because obviously 8:45 is midnight, is it not? Dawn Longdon says it's very chilly in Victoria in Oz. Sounds like you are all basking in the warmth. Believe me, we are basking in the warmth, Dawn. How you stand it any hotter than this, I do not know. I could not stand a properly hot country. It would knock me out. So there you go. We've all enjoyed the thunderbolts and lightning. It's very, very frightening. Oh, Diane's been in bed every day, keeping out of the heat. She's got lupus. Oh, Diane, I am sorry to hear that. That must be a right pain in the neck. Am I right in saying it's an autoimmune condition that wipes you out? I've got my sympathy, put it that way, because I feel tired enough. So that's the bat. Don't forget, if you're not already in it, to join the Brew at 2 Facebook group. So where we've got kind of slightly cockeyed times and dates for Brew at 2. Today, for example, I put a post on our Brew at 2 Facebook group and tagged everyone that's in the group, so everybody got a notification and knew that it was today and not next week and not last week. Oh goodness, Jackie's got labyrinthitis. I've had that as well. That's horrible. Inside your ears, you've got a series of little tubey things that go in different directions, and they balance you. So as you move, the fluid inside them moves and tells you whether your head's on that side or that side. And labyrinthitis is when they get all kind of wonky, and it's horrible because you just feel like you're doing that and you're swimming all over the place. So you've got my sympathy. We could do diagnoses at 2, couldn't we? Diagnoses at 2. So I have an apology to make to Sue Redcliffe. I am sorry. I am sorry, Sue. I don't know how I managed it, because you were in fact on the calendar. You were on the calendar, so I don't know quite how we managed that. But on the 13th of May, it was a big birthday for Sue. So we'll do you a round of applause after the event, Sue. So it was Sue Redcliffe's birthday on the 13th of May, and she was 70. Now, I've heard, Sue, that life begins at 70. I've heard that life begins at 70. So all of you 70-year-olds folk, all have a ball, don't you? All have a whale of a time. Let's have a look. Oh, goodness me, Caroline. I don't know whether Caroline's watching today. Caroline James was out vlogging in the thundering and lightning. Goodness, need to be careful. Doesn't terrify me. I quite like thunder and lightning. I believe a house on Central Drive was actually struck through the kitchen. I believe kitchen roof. So there you go. So happy birthday to Sue. Joanne Bate, who is with us today, hi Joanne, raised a whopping £733 for Trinity with the head shave that she did. So that's quite a lot of money for shaving your hair off. And I bet in this weather you're glad that you did shave your hair off, because at least you'll be getting a nice breeze, Joanne. You'll be getting a nice breeze. So there's a big shout out as well for Holly and Millie, who will be at school as we speak. They're 2 of our younger contingent, and they will be at school as I speak. But they go to school in Bispem. So hi, big shout out to you guys, well, girls, when you come home from school and you watch it on catch up. So Philip Deftly also sent a message, and he said, hi Jane, Kevin, T-Boy in training and T-Boy. Hope you are all well. I'd just like to say that even though I'm not able to be here on your live shows, I still watch and support your channel and things that you do around the coast, and having Brew at 2 is like having a family. I'm hoping to visit this great place. Love to all of you. So there you go. Nice message from Phil. At least he might not be here, but we're not forgotten. We're not forgotten. Just looking at me, these hold a pint, would you believe? So I've gone nearly 3/4 already. Anybody that is not drinking, you should be T-Boy. Speaking of which, Kevin, is he all right?
I'll go and check.
He's not drooped, has he? Because it's 2:15 and there's no sign of a cup of tea. It's 2:15. Yeah, he doesn't like drinking, doesn't our T-Boy. So we've been nagging at him to drink. And when I came up to the office to do, oh, my nose is itchy, to do Brew at 2, he said, oh, I don't like this heat, it's too hot. So yeah, it's definitely water, Joanne. If it were gin, I would be by now. I'm fast asleep. Crispy still mods. Don't think Crispy's with us, is it, this afternoon? I don't think he's with us. Lorraine says, will I say happy birthday? Yes, I will. Happy birthday to fiance Ian. Right, let me write that down. I'm putting Lorraine here. I will just make a note and we'll mention it on birthdays at the end. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. I do like a pint pot, Christine. I like a big cup for my tea. I like a, you know, I like it in a bucket with a straw. Oh, Duncan's late. Naughty step. Naughty step. So, I also got a message as well from Harrison's mum. I'm going to read this one out to you because this was a nice one. So, you might remember that we mentioned Harrison last week. What did... Last week, week before? Might have been the week before. So, Harrison's mum says, thank you for saying hello to my youngest son, Harrison. He was totally shocked when I put YouTube on when he came home from school. We've been coming to Blackpool for the past 16 years, and for as long as I can remember, we've been on your mailing list and love all the content. If you don't get the email newsletter, you can sign up at visitfyldecast.info/newsletter, and you'll get a newsletter that goes out on a Tuesday that is full of all kinds of interesting stuff and what's coming up kind of in the future. And then at the weekend we send out a weekend what's on guide as well, which is really useful if you need to know what's happening. We were down from Glasgow to Blackpool at the end of February, and Harrison kept an eye out to see if we could see you. He said he would challenge you to a sour sweet eating contest, and he bought the mega sour sweets from the shop in the Hounshill and didn't even flinch eating them. Goodness me. And he's going to be double figures on the 12th of July, which is quite near to my birthday, so we'll come back to that and wish him a happy birthday when it comes. Thank you to the three of you for everything you do, and can't wait to see what you've got for us in the future. That's a nice message. It is nice when you get a nice message from people. I do like a nice message. So going back to the Brew at 2 cups. Oh, hello, Crispy. Have you joined us? Chuck? We also have some other merchandise on our shop. There's some merchandise on our YouTube channel, and there's some merchandise on our Visit FYLDE Coast website, and there's slightly different designs on each one. YouTube will only enable you to embed merchandise that is made at their own approved suppliers, and I think there's about 3 or 4 different places that they will enable you to use. So I've picked one and gone with that. But my merchandise on my website is made in the north of England, and it's made individually. It's made for you and shipped straight to you. So you can get that online, and there's a tab at the top. There's a tab at the top on the website. So Jeffrey Maloney has bought some Keep Calm and Visit mugs. So he's got a Keep Calm and Visit Cleveley's mug and a Keep Calm and Visit Fleetwood mug. So that doesn't actually get you onto the back map, but it's much appreciated, and it helps us to carry on, well, earning a living, earning some money to pay for servers and bread and jam and jam on it, and all that kind of stuff. And it also as well spreads the word, so it's really appreciated. And then the other one was a Keep Calm and Visit Lytham t-shirt, which Anna Levy had bought. Now, I've only noticed today when I've looked at the paperwork that Anna is actually in California. So that quite surprised me, that did. So if you are in foreign climes and you wanted to order something but you've not been able to get it via our online website shop, because that's just for UK distribution, the YouTube one does deliver abroad. So if you want to be one of the gang, you can order that way as well. So that's that. So that's a big thank you, because we are but a tiny little company, and we have to earn our own money like everybody else does, in our own way. And believe me, it costs quite a lot to run visit FYLDE Coast. It's not a cheap job.
A fanfare.
Go on. Da, 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 da.
A fanfare.
Oh, goodness me. Is he alright? He's not drooped, has he?
No, he passed out again.
Alright, okay. Have you found him?
No, I just left him because he looked
comfy, did he?
comfy.
Right, okay. So this is your Brew at 2 mug, which should have been on my desk at 2 o'clock. And unfortunately T-Boy's feeling the heat, so he's not with us. He's not with us. And frankly, in this heat up here, it's still 35. I don't blame him because it's very hot. It's very, very hot. I've just been and checked to make sure that I've got ice pops in the freezer. Well, if you go onto our website, Kat, and look under the shop, I think it's on the main menu where it says home at the left hand side. Well, where it says home, if you click on the drop down menu, it gives you all the different things, and there's a shop, so it's on there. It's on there. So, are you ready for this, Kevin? You'll like this.
Yes.
Duck walks into a pub. Oh, goodness me. Crispy, that was quite a shock. Crispy's just paid £20.
No way.
He has. For the ice cream and suntan cream fund if I pop out on my travels. I did think about putting in a card for you, but I'll send it to you. Well, that was a lovely surprise, Crispy. Thank you ever so much. Thank you ever so much. Yes, you're right. It's slip, slap, slop, and then an ice cream. And the only trouble is, the ice cream's fanning out there. But I make an exception. You've got to have a cheeky ice cream, haven't you, when you're out tramping about in the sun? Thank you, Crispy. That really means a lot. That does. Duck walks into a pub. Are you ready? I saw this on Facebook and I thought it just really tickled me. Because there's a joke about a duck walks into a pub where the nail its beak to the bar. It's not that one. It's not that one. It's another one. That's one glass in 20 minutes. Right, are you ready? A duck walks into a pub and orders a pint of beer and a ham sandwich. The barman looks at him and says, "Hang on, you're a duck." "I see your eyes are working," replies the duck. "And you can talk," exclaims the barman. "I see your ears are working too," replies the duck. "Now, if you don't mind, can I have my beer and my sandwich, please?" "Certainly," replies the barman. "Sorry about that." And pulls the duck a pint. "It's just that we don't get many ducks in this pub, so what are you doing around this way?" "I'm working on the building site across the road," explains the duck. "I'm a plasterer."
I've heard it.
The flabbergasted barman cannot believe the duck and wants to learn more, but takes the hint when the duck pulls out a newspaper from his bag and proceeds to read it. So the duck reads his paper, drinks his beer, eats his sandwich, bids the barman good day and leaves. And the same thing happens for 2 weeks. Then one day the circus comes to town, so the ringmaster comes into the pub for a pint and the barman says to him, "You're with the circus, aren't you? Well, I know this duck that could be just brilliant in your circus. He talks, drinks beer, eats sandwiches, reads the newspaper and everything." "Sounds marvellous," says the ringmaster, handing over his business card. "Get him to give me a call." So the next day, when the duck comes into the pub, the barman says, "Hey, Mr. Duck. Hey, Mr. Duck, I reckon I can line you up with a top job paying really good money." So Duck says, "I'm always looking for the next job. Where is it?" "At the circus," replies the barman. "At the circus," repeats the duck. "That's right," says the barman. "The circus?" the duck asks again. "With the big tent?" "Yes," says the barman. "With all the animals in the cages and performers who live in caravans," says the duck. "Of course," says the barman. "And the tent has canvas sides and a big canvas roof with a hole in the middle," persists the duck. So the duck shakes his head in amazement and he says, "What on earth would they want with a plasterer?" It just right tickled me. You might not think it's funny, but there was a little bit of a swear word in the end. But I thought we'd clean it up and get rid of the duck out of the swear word out of the circus tent. It just right tickled me. I thought it was so funny. And then I saw another one this morning. Let's see if I can remember it. Let's see if I can remember it. No, I've forgotten it. Oh, I'm going to have to look it up. Have a look on Andy Ball's Facebook page, Kevin.
Yeah, four.
And he put a joke on this morning.
Right.
And it right tickled me. You'll know which one it is when you see it, because it was just funny. So there you go. That's your joke for today. That's your joke for today. So, food reviews. Food reviews. We have a food review to pin onto the board. We do. Fish and chipometer. The fish and chipometer.
If you watch Joe backwards.
No. Somebody's wife. It's a black and white photo.
Oh, right, yeah. Karl Marx.
Yeah. Oh, goodness me. Never met live telly, would I?
Karl Marx is an historical famous figure, but nobody ever mentions his sister, Anya, that invented the starting pistol.
Karl Marx is a famous historical figure. Go on.
But nobody ever mentions his sister.
But
Anya,
nobody ever mentions his sister, Anya, who invented the starting pistol.
Anya Marx.
It just read to me, was me that. I've got a very low attention span for
A low threshold.
a low threshold for a giggle, mate. So the fish and chipometer, we've done quite a few fish and chipometers, haven't we? So the last one that I did was Bentley's establishment at South Shore. And the name of the road escapes me, but if you've watched the vlog, you'll know exactly where I mean. So it's, you go down the side of Wetherspoons, at the side of the Velvet Coaster, and it's just slightly down that road on the right hand side on the corner of Bond Street. And quite a lot of you had said that I ought to go there and that it was their go-to place for fish and chips. And I have to say, you were right. You were right. So Bentley's fish and chips definitely goes at the top. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to find the best places in all the different places. So for example, let's do a little bit of a jiggle, shall we? We've got a town centre one here. We've got West Coast Rock is in the town centre. We've got Face Kiffin Chips. Do you know, I keep saying everything the wrong way around. Everything the wrong way around, I do. So, what?
It's the company.
I know. Do you know, I've come out with all kinds of things in this last week or two. So these, you see, are all of a comparable quality. They're all of, and then they're all going to fall off because my blue tack's dried up. So Lily's Fish and Chips is just off Central Pier. Kate's Fish and Chips at Cleveland. Yorkshire Fisheries at Topping Street. West Coast Rock Burger, but I know it's not fish and chips, but it's similar. Really? Same quality. Vintro Lounge and Hive Bar, all excellent. So Bentley's Fish and Chips definitely goes up at the top. So these are what I would call 10s. They're all my 10s at the top. And the rest of them, very good, but just not quite at the top. Not quite. Definitely go back to all of them. And probably have done. I'll have to stick them back on. I'll get some more blue tack. The blue tack's dried up in the heat wave. Let me put that up there because they're all going to fall all over the floor. So yes, that was excellent. That was. I would highly recommend that. I had a small fish and chips, and it was a lovely meal, really nice meal. Jane, Eric's shouting at me. Please do a shout out for Lindsay. Please do a shout out for Lindsay. Why am I doing a shout out for Lindsay? Lindsay can have a shout out with pleasure. I'm just not quite sure what I'm supposed to be saying. Let me have a look. Why am I doing a shout out for Lindsay, Eric? Going to Hebden Bridge? Does that count? Crispy says they're rationing lollies. Lindsay says, I think Jane has forgotten about me. I've lost it. I've lost it. I've lost it. I know I've lost it a long time ago. Thanks to Staveley Court for caring for her. Oh, you're going to have to tap it again, Eric. You're going to have to tap it again and explain. You know what I'm like. I missed that one. I missed that one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm busy waffling away, aren't I? It's that hot in here. It's affecting my mind. It's affecting my mind. Let's have a wait for a second for Eric to type me this message. She asked earlier, Staveley Court has been looking after her lupus. Right. I'm sorry, I've got you mixed up, Lindsay. I thought you were the other Lindsay from Sheffield. And I've got the wrong one, haven't I? I think there's two Lindsays, is there? Yes. There's Lindsay Kane Whaley, is from Sheffield, and Lindsay Thompson has got lupus. So you can see why I got muddled up. I'm ever so sorry. Jane Duncan says Jane's looking beautiful as always. Jane's ringing. She is. I know you didn't need to know that, but I am absolutely ringing wet through. So that pint of water went in. It's come out as sweat. Sorry. Sorry. And oh, Diane's got lupus too. Is that not weird? Two of you with lupus. Really? Wow, that's odd. It's not that common, is it? Not that common. So what's been happening? What's been happening in the last couple of weeks?
Your pond's
Wow.
looking lovely.
What hasn't been happening? My little pond looks lovely. It does, it looks lovely. A friend of mine gave me some fish, which are lovely, really like them. But it seemed to send the water a bit green. So we went a bit of a green colour, but it's clearing now. We've got a little solar fountain from Lidl. Kevin came back with Lidl. And if anybody's bought a solar fountain, we've discovered the knack. What you need to do is to get a car sponge and cut a hole in the middle of it. And then put the sucky bit that pulls the water into the sponge so that it doesn't block, because without that we found it blocked almost immediately. So with that and a bit more pondweed, which I got from the wonderful facility of Amazon, it's all starting to clear. So my pond looks lovely. I've got about a dozen tadpoles left, I reckon. So not as many as last time, but I think the fish ate them all. Gren went to see Pink in concert. I bet that were good.
She's brilliant.
I like Pink. No, it's not false tan. It's real tan. It's a proper Blackpool tan look. It's got edges. It's got edges to it.
I think they'd be seeing runs by now.
Yeah, exactly. It would be dribbling off me by now. Muffin's okay. Muffin's coping with the heat. He's just a pain in the neck. He's just constantly on the go, and when he comes on the settee, he wants to go down. When he goes down, he wants to come up. When he comes in, he wants to go out. When he goes out, he wants to come in. It's hard work. So, what's been happening? Mary's garden. Here we have hot off the press. Hot off the press. This is the sign for Mary's garden, which is now planted up and ready. Our little elf with the crochet hook is busy crocheting dresses and faces and arms and legs and whatnot. So it's growing and thickening up, and getting ready for being put out on display in Cleveland. So that'll be exciting. It looks very nice, I have to say. It's very, very, very pretty. So that's an in bloom installation that we're going to put on the high street in Cleveland. So if you come into Cleveland after about the sort of 2nd, 3rd of July, you'll see it outside the Cats Protection Shop. So you must go and have a look, because it will be super smashing, marvellous, wonderful. Boy in training has been out weeding, him and his little gang of mates. There's a little group of weed warriors that go out with their strimmers and wire brushes and weed sprayers.
Not forgetting the 2 new recruits.
Yeah, oh, and 2 new recruits as well. 2 little lads started helping tonight, which is good. I've had a meeting this morning about Christmas lights, which is rather bizarre when it's cracking the flags and you're talking about putting lights up in at Christmas. We've just started to plan the Christmas lights raffle. We've got grant applications going in and out, left, right and centre. And then, of course, T-Boy in training's not being well. So we've had some beautiful shades of green, brown and red coming down his nose, which I have to say I have requested inspection. If there's one thing I like, it's a bit of anything revolting. So he started telling me this tale about, oh, you ought to see what's coming down my nose. I said, let's have a look then. So the day after, there was a line of toilet roll waiting for me to inspect. Oh, that sounds like... Did I hear footsteps? I did. It's T-Boy. Round of applause. Turned up. I was just asking T-Boy in training whether or not you drooped.
No, I was...
You've not drooped.
See now why I don't live abroad.
Oh, it's just so hot. It's 35 in here.
Hello, folks.
Well, it's still standing up. Have you been drinking?
Yeah,
Have you had a gallon?
yeah. Had a full glass since you came up here.
Good lad. Good lad. His idea of a full glass and mine are not quite the same thing. But
Haven't come out the other end yet.
yeah. Well, it'll not. It'll come out of your paws. I'm ringing.
Don't wish to know that. Thank you very much.
Too much information. I
Oh,
would imagine everybody that's watching's ringing as well. We're all one big happy family here. What's the little bit of sweat between friends? So yeah, so it's all exciting stuff. So I am waiting on tenterhooks for the news of the grant that hopefully will be coming from the council. So I'm hoping that the answer to that. You see, Diane's drenched. I bet everybody's drenched. I don't think blotting paper would do the job, Eric. I think the hosepipe might be more useful. Yes, so we're on tenterhooks waiting for news from the council about the grant. So I'm just hoping and praying that it's a positive answer. Let's just say. So now T-Boy's turned up. Shall we do the big reveal?
what's the big reveal?
Shall we do the big reveal? Shall we send for Gladys, Kevin?
Gladys?
Shall we see if Gladys is here today?
What's Gladys revealing that we've not seen already?
Well, it's Gladys's day today, isn't it? Now this, I think will be a very quick reveal.
Quick reveal.
So this is FYLDE Essentials double length toilet tissue, 6 jumbo rolls times 400 sheets. Now I've plopped on the cupboard.
It's got flies around it. Oh, you've not done it properly.
Why?
You've not done it properly.
Well, there you go. I've got some toilet roll. You can wipe it off.
You know.
Yeah. So I've opened this literally as we came on air, and I went, "Ooh, that's rubbish. I don't think that'll take long to do." It's really thin. A bit more.
Yeah.
It's really thin. It's really see-through. They're really little sheets. I mean, you can see how small they are.
Got it on your
So-
fingers.
So, oh, Kevin, you've got poo on your fingers.
Yeah. Just I'll put another piece there. Not gonna have any left by the time we've finished.
Everybody's watching you.
Are they?
Yeah, yeah, they can see you. Look.
No. I'm gonna have
And
to
they
do.
all think,
Oh!
oh, oh, goodness me.
If you could see what I could see.
When he's getting the poo ready.
We just had an explosion. Oh.
So I don't think this is going to take long to
So,
do
look.
today. I think it'll be fairly
Look,
quick.
so what I'm saying is, it should have been up to that.
Oh, well, I didn't know.
Oh no, that line.
Right.
And because then when you say 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5, 5,
Oh, we'll squirt some out then.
I'm going to. Oh. Oh.
Dearie me. I think I could do with spraying this on me, never mind. Oh, that's nice. That's just cold water, that. That's lovely. Oh. Let's take your glasses off.
I forgot about them.
It's nice, that, isn't it?
Oh, that's lovely.
That's a good idea, that. Now, I do know that trick. There's a little bits floating in it, look. You
Oh,
see
now
it?
you tell me.
Oh, there.
It's in my eyes now.
That's lovely.
Right. Here, have you done your
Right, so we're going to spray it slightly.
stopwatch?
We're going to spray it slightly. Kevin's going to get his stopwatch, and then we're going to do the technical. We're going to do the technical test on this, well, rather thin toilet roll. So we've got currently Cushell Original out in the lead on 1:13 seconds. We've got Nikki Elite on 34 and Morrison's Also Soft on 22. And this is an absolutely scientific piece of research to find out whether or not the cheaper toilet rolls,
There you go, Dr. Littlewood.
whether or not the cheaper toilet rolls are worth buying now that this cost of living crisis is gripping everybody. And we're all needing to save money, and that's where it started in the first place. So I'll squirt this with a little bit of water. I think if I spray it with water, it'll go straight through without lightning. That's just to speed proceedings up slightly, because we don't want to be sitting all day waiting for it to go through, do we? And then we'll knock on the door.
Oh, Jane.
Are you there, Gladys?
I've got a bit of a croaky voice because I've been kissing Kevin. I hope you don't
Are
mind.
you there, Gladys?
I'm here.
Are you there? Right, let's open the door then and have a and find her.
I'm a
Oh,
bit,
she's still got the flags up, look, from the coronation.
I'm a bit bunged up though.
I don't think she's quite high enough either, is she?
I've not been for a month.
You've not been for a month?
No, it's been a
Oh,
month.
dear. Oh, dear, Gladys. Let's see if we can just make you a bit taller.
Oh, that'd be
Let's
nice.
put these underneath. Can you
Jane, what?
lift it up while I put these toilet rolls
Okay.
underneath?
Ooh.
Oh, that's better.
Oh, I think I might have pulled myself already. Jane.
What?
Oh.
Oh!
That was a bit premature, weren't
It's
it?
just done a little current.
Oh.
Right, that's better. You can see now. You can see now.
Does that one count?
No, that one don't count. Right, we're going to start the timer. I've got the timer here, look. We're going to start the timer and he's going to release
I've started my timer.
the pool, and we're going to measure how long this toilet roll takes to go through. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
I'm going to say 3, 2, 1 and then go.
How many?
3, 2, 1 and
What
then
one?
and then go.
Do I go
So-
on 1 or 0?
You go and go.
Go, right.
Go and go. Right? Okay.
Yeah, go.
Are you ready?
Go!
Are you ready?
Oh, I can
No.
count. Got a bit
Oh,
excited.
hold on, reset.
Reset.
3, 2,
One.
1, go!
Oh!
Oh!
Tell me when it's 5.
5,
5.
5.
5.
Oh dear, 5.
5.
Oh, I think we're a bit near to edge, aren't we?
Oh, we've always been near to
5.
edge. 5.
5.
5.
Oh.
And then, oh, it's gone.
Oh, it's gone. 14
It's gone.
seconds.
14 seconds.
Told you it won't take long, didn't I? 14 seconds. That is appalling compared to others.
You get that in your fingernails, won't you?
14 seconds.
Hey, you get that in your fingernails.
14 seconds.
Jane,
What?
I've got a bit left.
You got a bit left.
Can I
14 seconds. That's even worse than Morrison's
got a
look.
bit left? Look.
So I don't. Oh.
I'm sorry.
You just need to finish, do you?
Oh.
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 It's very viscous, isn't
Oh.
it?
Oh, shiver me timbers.
Have you done yet? I can see you've got a dangler.
Oh, well, God, can you just wipe my bum?
Come here then, let me wipe your bum for
Just
you.
wipe my bum.
Let me wipe your bum for you.
Thank you, Jane. Oh, you don't get that every day.
Oh. Have you done?
I've done
You
now.
done? Are we all right now?
Yeah,
All right.
lovely.
Okay, put that in the toilet. Do you know the things we do? The things we do. We think Duncan thinks Gladys needs some fibre.
5.
I think she needs more than some fibre, actually, Duncan.
What does he recommend?
Is it a squirt or a squid? There you go. You see,
It smells,
it does smell, doesn't
doesn't
it?
it? Oh, it's been in for a while.
Oh, it's fresh. It's fresh. Fresh pool.
She asked me if you can do
What
it.
did I say? 14 seconds, didn't I? 14 seconds. And there were a few seconds as well, but I think it was 14. I think it was nearly to 13. Bang on 14. 13 back into 13.
We're not gonna argue over tenths of seconds.
No,
are
we're
we?
not going to argue over tenths of seconds. So that brings us on. That brings us on nicely. In fact, I've got a bit of backsplash here. Look on me, on my
Oh.
Lister.
I'm sorry.
You sorry?
Oh, Jane. Oh,
Ooh.
oh.
Ooh.
You want to see that in close, do you?
Ooh, no. Oh my days.
Have you done with me?
Oh my days.
Have you
Yes,
done?
unless you want to stop for end. I think we'll just
Stop
cover
for end.
Gladys's modesty up, shall we?
Yeah.
And then she's not sitting with her bum exposed to what will when she's finished pulling.
You're not catch a chill, will you?
No, we're not catching chill. Right, so that takes us on to the end of the show.
Ain't it hot?
Ain't it hot? No scams today, Crispy. Well, plenty probably, but no scams to report. So just make sure that you are very careful and you don't accept any messages from strange men.
I was telling T-Boy this morning. I was watching a program this morning, and I don't know if you watch it, and it's about scams. And there was this woman who
Lived in a show.
lived in a shoe, who basically somebody rang her up and said, there's been this money. I mean, it sounds pretty obvious, but they said there's money being taken out of your account and we need to transfer it to a safe account, which obviously you'd think, not doing it. But what they did was they said, we can call you back from the number on the back of your card if you like. And apparently it's possible to fake the telephone number so that they can call you as if they're calling from the call centre.
As if they're calling from the bank. Yeah, so just be careful. Be careful, people. You need to expect everybody to be scamming you. Credits being scammed, sending tax credits are being scammed, sending text messages saying they owe people for tax credits and overpayment. Yes, I nearly fell for one when Kevin left HSBC back in the day. And I knew he would be getting a tax rebate because he left in May. he left just a few weeks into the new tax year. So I knew we would be getting a tax rebate because of the way that it had dropped after the 5th of April. And I got you are now due a tax rebate and this is how much it is. Please give us your bank details. And I nearly pressed it. And of course it was a scam.
Yeah.
You've got to be careful.
And who do you report it to?
Who do you report it to? Ghostbusters.
No. If it's
ActionFraud.
if it's proper fraud, it's ActionFraud, and if it's an email asking for money, then you send it to phishing.
And those email addresses are in the thing underneath the video. Yeah, that's the word.
Like
Right.
a couple of butterflies.
I know, it's just so I can't tell you how to describe. Right, birthdays. Birthdays.
Does sound
Oh,
like
it's John. Hello, John.
John who?
John Hitchin.
Oh,
It
not seen
is
John for a
nice
while.
to see you, John.
Hello, John.
Better late than never. He's back.
He's
Back
back.
next time, hopefully. That'll be nice to see you back, John. That'll be nice to see you back. Hope you're all
See you,
right.
nice.
So these are birthdays, 13th to the 27th of June. So the 13th of May, we've already apologised to Sue Redcliffe.
Our good friend Sue.
On the 16th of June, it's Carol Wallbank's birthday. Happy birthday, Carol.
birthday,
Carol's a
Carol.
long time viewer. On the 16th of July, June. Tell
Happy
you
birthday, June.
the heat's
Oh, sorry.
Loopy. Lorraine Taylor wanted to wish a happy birthday to her fiance Ian.
Ian. Happy
That was it,
birthday,
wasn't it?
Ian.
And on the 21st of June, it's Georgina Devine's birthday. So happy birthday, Georgina.
Happy birthday, Georgina.
And on the 22nd of June, it's Danielle Dewitt's birthday.
Happy birthday, Danielle.
So, happy birthday, Danielle. So that, I think, concludes today's show. We're a minute or two early, but frankly,
It's...
it's a miracle.
Has
I
anybody
managed
seen
to-
Wizards of... I've got your problem now.
Wizards of Oz.
Wizards of Oz. Wizards of Oz. Wizard of Oz. Where the witch ends
Where
up
she
in
just
a
goes
melted
and melts into a little
tile
pile of
floor.
gold. I have. I've said hello to Holly and Millie, Tracy. I did
Yeah.
give him a shout out earlier
I heard
on.
you.
Yeah.
But hello, Holly and Millie anyway.
Apparently
Again.
it's the King's birthday on Saturday. No, Derek's already had his birthday.
I've had mine.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
King
Yeah.
Derek.
Yeah, it's very warm. It's very warm.
Do I sound like Tom Jones, do you think?
No.
Do you want to think about it?
No. No. So, I think that's that then. Where's my glasses? Where's my glasses?
What glasses do you want?
Them glasses. And then I'm going to have a tidy up and
Oh,
straighten
we know
my
what
nest.
that means.
Straighten my nest out and then I can see what I'm supposed to be doing. So, next one, 27th of June. So I will put a message in the Brew at 2 Facebook group with the link and I will tag everyone and then you all know. So, smiling is infectious. You'll catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner and someone saw my grin. And when he smiled, I realised I passed it on to him. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic. Quick, get the world infected.
See you, folks.
See you next time. Bye for now.